Pole pole. Mamanya. Just hold. Chumo, watu wako wanaingia kwa choo. Toka tu nyuma kidogo tafadhali.
Oath of office. I do hereby swear by Almighty God that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to the President as the Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces and to the Republic of Kenya, that I will faithfully serve the President and the Republic as an officer of the National Youth Service, that I will obey all laws and lawful orders, regulations, directions and instructions concerning the National Youth Service, and I will discharge all the duties of an officer of the National Youth Service according to the law, without fear, favor, affection or ill will. So help me God.
Basi kikundi cha kwanza akipita mbele ya Mheshimiwa Rais kiongozwa naye si mwingine bali mkuu wa gwaride hili Superintendent Hesbon Kuria, msaidizi wake akiwa Assistant Superintendent Musa Elim, Platoon Commander Chief Inspector Mark Ochola wakisaidiana na Chief Inspector Joan Kulei, Platoon Sergeant akiwa ni Senior Sergeant Rebecca Opio, kikundi cha pili kinaongozwa naye Chief Inspector Sam Warui akisaidiwa naye Chief Inspector Eric Lagat na Chief Inspector Agnes Gombe, Platoon Sergeant akiwa Senior Sergeant Michael Kimuyu, kikundi cha tatu kinaongozwa naye Chief Inspector Mary Baraza akisaidiwa na Chief Inspector Emily Chepto na Chief Inspector Bernard Muturi. Platoon Sergeant akiwa Senior Sergeant Bidi Salim. Kikundi cha nne kinaongozwa naye Chief Inspector Esther Nachu kisaidio na Inspector Beatrice Nabuyaya na Inspector Steven Mushemi. Kikundi cha tano kinaongozwa naye Chief Inspector Julie Mbogo akisaidiwa na Inspector Musa Digo na Inspector Jennifer Eshipai. Platoon Sergeant akiwa ni Senior Sergeant Jul Omolo. Kikundi cha sita kinaongozwa naye Chief Inspector Otieno Otieno kisaidiwa na Inspector Evelyn Mwangala na Inspector Judy Mungai. Platoon Sergeant Senior Sergeant Nancy Muli.
it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to the National Youth Service. Before you, sir, are 18,145 graduates, comprising of 13,389 servicemen and 4,756 service women, including 12 persons living with disability. Your Excellency, sir, these graduates have been thoroughly trained and have satisfied the requirements to move to the next phase of the National Youth Service programs, which is the National Service.
I'm delighted to welcome you here once again to Nakuru, the county of unlimited opportunities. From the onset, Your Excellency, I wish to acknowledge the cordial and complementary relationship between the national government and the county government in delivering services to the public as mandated by the Constitution of Kenya 2010. And I wish to assure you that Nakuru County remains fully committed to collaborating with you and your government in advancing the development of our county. And Your Excellency, we shall be working very closely together with the National Youth Service. The fact that they're here housed in Nakuru County, here in Gilgil, there is so many areas of collaboration that we shall be moving forward together, whether in environment, in helping with the construction of our roads. They have actually come in very handy in times when we've had serious disasters across the county. So we shall continue, and we appreciate the continued cooperation and collaboration. We take pride, Your Excellency, in hosting this very great and vital institution that's tasked with empowering the young people with skills, knowledge, experience, and values that enable them to unlock their potential, secure decent livelihoods, and contribute meaningfully to Kenya's progress. I firmly believe that the training offered at the 9 schools within this academy not only prepares the recruits for a competitive job market, but also equips them with the technical expertise to excel and endure. We would highly appreciate if Your Excellency would consider extending affirmative action to us as hosts during the next recruitment exercise by allocating a higher quota of recruits to Nakuru County. And as I sit, Your Excellency, I commend with great appreciation the role that the NYS Paramilitary Academy in training recruits with high-level practical vocational skills that are essential in implementing national development programs, especially those aligned with the bottom-up economic agenda.
It is my singular honor to welcome you to the National Youth Service to preside over the 89th Passing Out Parade. Your presence here today sends a strong and reassuring message to the graduates. It is a recognition of the hard work and sacrifice. To the parents and families, it is a proud of a mission that their sons and daughters are valued by their nation. And to the youth of Kenya, it is an inspiration that their government believes in them, invests in them, and sees them as the architect of our country's future. Your Excellency, sir, I'm grateful for the trust you have placed in me to lead this great institution. I wish to assure you, sir, of my unwavering commitment to ensuring that your vision for the service is fully realized. These include steadily increasing the annual intake of recruits so that more young people can benefit from National Youth Service training and championing the commercialization of key activities so that the service moves closer to self-sustainability while creating greater impact to our country. The young men and women before us today have gone through a remarkable journey of transformation. They have embraced the values of teamwork, resilience, and commitment to a cause greater than themselves. The smart turnout this morning reflects months of hard work and the strong foundation they have built for their future. I wish to commend the leadership of the service, the instructors, and the staff for their tireless dedication to excellence. Allow me, sir, to extend my gratitude to the families gathered here today, whose encouragement and sacrifice have been instrumental in the success we celebrate. Most importantly, to our graduates, today is your day. Stand tall in the knowledge that you have achieved something truly important. Let the discipline and values you have learned guide you in every endeavor that lies ahead.
We are reforming NYS itself. Recruitment is expected to expand from 20,000 to 100,000 by 2028. NYS is becoming a productive enterprise in agriculture, engineering, construction, textiles, and hospitality. It is already producing maize meal, cooking oil, and fruit products, cutting costs and generating revenue. Soon, NYS will also award nationally and internationally recognized qualifications. We are also digitizing NYS operations through the jobs portal and the equipment hiring platform, while building centers of excellence such as the Leather Technology Institute with the International Labour Organization to match training to industry requirements. We have specifically and strategically positioned housing as a primary engine of job creation. Today, more than 160,000 units are under construction nationwide, already employing 320,000 Kenyans. In the next few months, this number will double to 640,000 young Kenyans. I'm talking about architects, engineers, quantity surveyors, artisans, plumbers, masons, carpenters, electricians, and all of them in between. To strengthen skills, 4,000 interns in the housing sector have already been advertised by the Public Service Commission. By January 2026, 10,000 interns, engineers, architects, surveyors, IT experts, and marketers will have been placed across housing projects, gaining practical experience to launch their careers. Through the Climate Works program, in which NYS plays a central role, we are linking environmental restoration to job creation. Young Kenyans are planting trees, cleaning rivers, and greening public spaces. In Nairobi alone, 45,000 young people are spearheading the regeneration of the Nairobi River into a green corridor. Soon, through countrywide expansion, this workforce will grow to 113,000, including in this county of Nakuru. I am very proud that today is a pass out of the largest cohort of officers, 18,000, the largest in the history of the National Youth Service. And it is my intention, working with the ministry concerned, to make sure that this National Youth Service becomes the channel of ensuring that children from across Kenya, especially those from underprivileged communities and families, find a path to the future by using the platform of the National Youth Service. That is why we have started the construction of hostels in this campus that will accommodate 20,000 more young men and women so that we can expand access to more young men and women from across Kenya. I am informed that there is a problem with the kitchen here, that it is very old and doesn't have the requisite equipment. And I have undertaken that I will build the kitchen myself and hand it over to you people before the end of the year. And continue to improve the facilities in this campus and all the other National Youth Service campuses across Kenya so that we can tap into the tremendous potential that National Youth Service presents to us and especially to the young people of our nation. I have also given instructions that between the Ministry of Public Service and the National Treasury, resources be found so that we can hire additional human resources to support the National Youth Service. Across every ward in Kenya, 100,000 young people will each receive 50,000 startup capital. Next month, the first batch of 54,000 young men and women will receive these funds and begin their training. On the digital front, our digital superhighway agenda has expanded fiber optic coverage by 24,000 kilometers, connecting towns and villages. From a handful of Wi-Fi hotspots in 2022, today we have about 1,500 free access points empowering traders, innovators, and students. Alongside this, 300 digital hubs have been completed and 400 more are under construction. Already, 1.9 million young people have received digital skills training and nearly 300,000 have secured online jobs through Ajira, Jitume, and BPO services. Through the Hustler Fund, 26 million Kenyans have so far accessed affordable credit. A whopping 72 billion has been disbursed and 5 billion shillings saved in the Hustler Fund. In addition, more than 5 million young Kenyans have improved their credit scores, opening doors to bigger loans of up to 150,000 and new opportunities for enterprise. For those whose dreams reach beyond our borders, we are creating secure pathways to global opportunities. Labor mobility agreements with Germany, Canada, and Gulf states have already enabled 430,000 young Kenyans in the last 2 years to secure decent jobs abroad in different countries and incomes that uplift families and strengthen our economy. We are now negotiating more agreements to open more doors for even more of our skilled, tech-savvy young people to thrive on the world stage. To support them, the WESO Fund and the Youth Enterprise Development Fund are financing air tickets, visas, and settlement costs, while also providing pre-departure training and certification. Within the last 1 year, 244 million shillings enabled 2,300 to take up international jobs. At the same time, the National Youth Opportunities Towards Advancement, commonly known as NYOTA project, is now building on the past success. Over 1 million applicants were received this year, with interventions ranging from access to government procurement opportunities, training for 600,000 young people in business support, and business support for 110,000 entrepreneurs. Today, we celebrate you as patriots forged in the crucible of discipline, fortified by resilience, and united by a vision of service. This Pass-Out Parade is not merely a transition. It is a launching pad into a lifetime of contribution, leadership, and transformation. To you who pass out today, let me remind you that your destiny is not bound by where you started, your background, or your circumstance. It is and it will be defined by the boldness of your dreams and the depth of your commitment. The formula for success is simple: audacious goals powered by hard work, consistency, and resolve. I speak to you as one who has walked that path. I was not born into privilege or wealth. I walked barefoot to school. I sold chicken by the roadside. Had I declared then that I would one day be the president of Kenya, many would have dismissed it as a folly. Yet, here we stand today. So let no one despise your beginnings. Let no one tell you that your dreams are too big. There is power in daring great, in raising the bar. That is why every time I travel abroad, as I recently did to Japan, I always am struck by what vision, discipline, and high ambition can achieve. I see their order, their infrastructure, their prosperity, and I ask, why not Kenya? Why not us? Many will say it is impossible, but they said the same to Japan after the war, to South Korea in the 1960s, to Malaysia, to Singapore, and even to us during the last election. They were wrong then, as they are wrong now. For too long, mediocrity has been accepted as the standard. I challenge you, as I do all Kenyans today, we must rise above the average and dare to embrace greatness. Within our lifetime, Kenya will and must rise to the first world standard. Let me repeat. Within our lifetime, Kenya will and must rise to the first world standard. When the NYS was founded 61 years ago, it was designed to equip young Kenyans with education, with skills, and national cohesion. Today, the challenge has grown. Nearly 1 million young Kenyans join the labor market every year, but too many are without opportunity. That is why we are implementing a bold, multi-pronged strategy to create jobs, expand opportunities, and empower every young Kenyan. We are modernizing our education and training systems. Technical training and vocational education and training institutions have expanded from 180 learners in 2018 to over 700,000 today. And by the end of this year, we aim to have 2 million young people enrolled in our TVETs. In just the past 2 years, 76,000 new teachers have been hired, strengthening the foundation of our education system. And this journey continues. In January 2026, We will bring on board an additional 24,000 teachers, raising the total number recruited within 3 years to 100,000. This scale of investment in our educators is unmatched in Kenya's history, and it is a clear demonstration of the government of Kenya's steadfast commitment to teacher empowerment and to securing the future of our children through quality education under this administration. To you, graduating today, the road ahead is full of promise and opportunity. Some of you will advance into higher training in agriculture, ICT, engineering, and hospitality, becoming the skilled professionals who will drive our industries forward. Others will join our disciplined services, standing guard over our nation's peace and security. And I have already given instructions to the Ministry of Interior that next month, when we hire 10,000 police officers, of the 10,000, 4,000 must come from the National Youth Service. Many more of you will venture into private enterprise, powered by the Hustler Fund, Nyota, and other initiatives that are turning ideas into thriving businesses. Wherever your path leads you, each of you carries responsibility and the privilege of building Kenya's future. And my message to you is simple. Hard work, courage, and faith will carry you further than privilege ever could. From this day, go forward in confidence, serve with pride, innovate with boldness, and strive with conviction. Congratulations on completing this course. You will now transition into public service or national service, as they call it at the NYS. I will be seeing you in different parts of our nation as you serve our nation with patriotism, commitment, and professionalism. I want to tell the NYS leadership, today we have 13,000 men and just under 5,000 women in this graduation. I believe we can do better. We must have more women joining the National Youth Service. We should try and get it. We should try and get it as close as possible to 50-50. It is possible. So that our girls, our women can find their way into training, into national service, and into jobs going into the future. The Bible says, let nobody despise humble beginning. And as I told you in my statement, it is not where you started. It is what you do that determines your next destination. You may start small, but with conviction, with a big dream, with consistency, with persistence, with commitment, your end could be greater than your beginning. So even though you start today here in NYS, you can end anywhere depending on what you do. So, good people, my sons and daughters, let me tell you, the future is great for you and for Kenya. We just need to work on it. And as I said here, there is absolutely no reason why Kenya cannot attain a first world status the way Singapore did, the way Malaysia has done, the way South Korea has done, the way Japan has done, because they were where we are today one day. But they did whatever they did to get wherever they have got, and we must do it the Kenyan way. And I believe in this country, the same way I believe in you, that together we can take this country to the first world, working together. So again, you are the greatest resource we have as a nation. The single biggest asset that we have as a nation is your energy, your strength, your education, your passion, what you can do for this great nation we all love called Kenya. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate each and every one of you for this pass-out parade. I know you've been here for many months. Today you get to meet your families, and I know this is a very proud moment for you. And I just want to assure you that the government of Kenya is going to work with you. I know you are going to transition to national service. I will meet you out there when you are undertaking your national service. Further down the road, after 1 year, you're going to undergo training in many other fields. I have been informed by the leadership of NYS that of the 21 technical training colleges that are there is need to add another 7, and I have agreed that we should have another 7 so that we can give more opportunities for you to learn. More opportunities for you to learn technical skills. I know there are your colleagues who have come ahead of you. There are many who have graduated. And as I said here, we are going to make NYS our first port of call whenever we are hiring in our security agencies. And that is why I have said here that we are going to hire 10,000 policemen beginning next, I think the advertisement will be next week. Of the 10,000, 4,000 must be NYS graduates. They must come from here. Because I know this is where we nurture patriotism. This is where Kenyans who believe in our country, the seeds of nationalism, the seeds of patriotism, the seeds of believing in ourselves are taught in this campus. And that is why we want to tap into that resource to inform our nation building. So congratulations to you, to your parents. You have an opportunity, and as I said 2 years ago, our intake was 10,000. I'm happy that today we have 18,000. Going forward, we're going to have 20,000 every cycle so that we can give more opportunities to more young people in very different parts of our country. NYS is the most grassroots recruiting agency. It recruits from every ward and every village, and it must continue like that.